Okay, so we had a few leftover cards, so we will use them in the second part of the reading. The overall energy here is the Chariot. You are moving forward. This is the card for Cancer. Cancer might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But this is definitely a card of moving forward. And a lot of times with the Chariot, this is by choice because those Sphinx is there. They are laying down at the moment. And it's like when you get ready, when you snap those reins, you will be able to move forward. And that is exactly what you will be doing. So you might be in the process of it now. The Chariot surrounds your entire reading. And up here in your highest energy is the Ten of Cups. This is an equal exchange of love, sunshine and rainbows, union between two people. There's children dancing. It's a family-oriented card. But you're moving forward. So are you moving towards the Ten of Cups or away from this Ten of Cups? Let me keep reading this reading. Because right above the Chariot, and this is what has me wondering right now, is the Devil. So the Devil is right next to the Ten of Cups. So that means I feel like there's some kind of toxic energy associated with this union, or has been, you might be moving away from the whole thing, with a relationship that used to be loving, or it maybe still is on both sides. But this is the card for Capricorn, only because of the horns, okay? But the energy is toxic energy. It's like bonded, just like being tied to someone who is tied to someone or something else. So what is going on here? If this is your reading, you're probably saying, oh yeah, okay, that's me. I know what it is. But the thing is I don't, and I am reading these as I go. But this toxic energy can be a person or a thing. Like it can be an addiction. It can be a past. It can be just about anything. It could be a memory that won't leave this person. It can be an illness. It can be any number of things. A third party. So let's just keep reading. There is toxic energy that you are going to be moving away from. You might be able to save this Ten of Cups, but let me just keep reading. I have the Strength card next to the Devil. Now this is the card for Leo. Leo is your card, might be strong. Leo is your card and might be strong in someone else's reading around someone else's chart around this reading. Sorry about that. Tongue-tied this morning. There's the infinity symbol, the symbol of intuition and knowing. This is the energy of the card. You will know what to do, and you will find the strength and the courage to do it. And that's right next to goodbye toxic energy. So you're going to take action. You're going to move forward, definitely, from this toxic energy. I have the Two of Wands right under the Ten of Cups, next to the Chariot. So in moving forward, you're contemplating what your world is going to look like. You know, you're holding on to a staff of fresh starts and new beginnings with one hand, and the other hand is holding the world, a new life cycle. What is this going to look like? You want it to look like the Ten of Cups. So perhaps you'll be able to save that Ten of Cups energy. Let's keep reading. That Two of Wands, like I said, is right next to the Chariot. So there you are. You are thinking about moving forward. You are contemplating, and imagining and dreaming about what that will look like. You're also moving away from confusion and love. This toxic energy can bring the Seven of Cups in very easily. This is about cups that all have something else in them, so there's not really enough room for love. They're all, look enticing. It's like they're saying, pick me, pick me. But, some of these cups don't even have anything to show, like this one with the snake. Probably didn't even know there was a snake in it until you chose it, okay? If you chose a cup like that. But the Seven of Cups is very confusing. And that's next to the Chariot. That's right below the Strength card. So you're discovering that I think this toxic energy here of the Devil is one of these cups, is how you're feeling, and you want to move forward from it. I'm still not sure. This could be a two-way thing. This could be you're moving away from a relationship where there used to be an equal exchange of love. Could have been a marriage. Could have been just a committed relationship or a family that was toxic. And you also could be moving towards that Ten of Cups with the Two of Wands being under the Ten of Cups. So, let's keep reading, Leos. I have the Two of Pentacles under the Two of Wands. There is confusion here. There is some, you're out of balance. It feels like you've been out of balance. The rocky seas, the ships bouncing around out there. You have pentacles that you're just juggling. It's like having hope one day and losing hope the next day. Having hope the next day and then losing hope. And it's like a roller coaster ride. Very off balance. And that's what happens. And that very easily can happen with the confusion in love and the card of the devil, the toxic energy here, on whether or not this Ten of Cups would work out. So the ups and downs. I think you're getting tired of that. So then I have the Hangman here. This is the card of enlightenment. See, the head is all lit up? This is like you haven't been able to move. You haven't been able to move forward. You want to move forward. You're just hanging there. You can't move. But the Hangman is a very spiritual card, and it is about enlightenment. So I do take a really close look at the cards that connect to the Hangman. I have the Chariot. You're moving forward. You're not going to be just stuck hanging there in one place for much longer if you still are. It also points out that you're out of balance. You need to get balanced. And also it's pointing out that you've been carrying a heavy load about this relationship. This confusion in love right below the Seven of Cups. 10 of Wands. But there's no 11. So this is really a better card than what it looks like because you're going to be able to drop those wands. You're going to be able to let them go one by one or all at once. And like I say, if you snap those reins, you'll probably drop them all at once. You can just move at your pace. It doesn't matter, but you are moving forward with the Chariot in the center of your reading. And you're moving away from toxic energy. And you're finding the strength and the courage to do it. So, let's read on. What else do Leos need to know, universe? So, Leos, the Tower. Oh boy. Yeah, I think you're going to blow up this the toxic relationship. You're going to find the strength and the courage to do it. It's right next to the Strength card. For your best interest. It's become a heavy load. So blowing it up might be the best way to go about this. It certainly looks that way in this reading. You are standing alone here with the Two of Wands, looking out over the world, contemplating what your future looks like. And then I have the Emperor right next to the Tower card. Now, I think this is who you're blowing up right here. I think it's the Emperor. This is the card for Aries. Aries might be strong in your chart or someone else's. But more importantly, the energy of this card, who you're blowing up seems to be very stubborn and kind of thick-headed. They're pretty set in their ways. It's like sometimes it's my way or the highway, and sometimes they can be narcissistic. They're very, like, everything's to the book with them, you know. This is the way it needs to be. It's really hard to open their minds. It's really hard to get them to see things your way when they already see things their way. That's what the Emperor's energy in this reading is doing. They're very well liked and respected by others, and they might be a leader in their profession. But I feel like this is who you need to blow up, male or female. All the cards are male or female. So next to the Emperor is the Hierophant. So I almost feel like this, for a lot of you, this is a marriage or a commitment that you're blowing up with the Emperor, which is male or female, remember? So the Hierophant. This is the card for Taurus. Taurus might be strong in your chart or someone else's chart around this reading. But the energy of this card is very spiritual. It's about security, stability. It's about traditional values, traditional morals. The Hierophant is about groundedness, a commitment, and it's a very spiritual card about marriage. So some of you might have been married or at least in a commitment with someone that you need to get out of because this relationship that used to be good has turned toxic. So, Page of Pentacles, right under the Tower next to the Seven of Cups. This is what you're looking at. This is why you have to blow it up. You're looking at your future. You want to be secure and stable. You want a commitment that's going to be grounded. And so you're really looking at that pentacle, and almost as if it's a crystal ball, like with the Two of Wands, looking out, contemplating, how are you going to achieve this? For one thing, you figure out through the Strength card that you need to blow up this toxic energy that's holding you back. And it's also right next to that Seven of Cups. You want a secure and stable relationship, and a committed relationship. I feel like this Emperor may have been committed but wasn't acting that way, or was not allowing you to be you. You know what I mean? Because they may have been in total or wanted to be in total control of everything you do, what you think. Wow. I have the King of Wands next to the Page of Pentacles. So the King of Wands, this is fire, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So this is you, Leo. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, right below the Aries card. That gives us 2 for Aries. We have 2 for Leo here. So one of those could be strong in someone's chart around this reading. But the energy, King of Wands, this is you holding onto that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings with one hand, and the other hand's on your hip. It's almost like the Two of Wands. So you're ready to move forward, but you're not getting up yet. You're ready to get up and move forward, but you're still sitting there thinking about how you're going to go about it. Right next to the Page of Pentacles, this is what the King of Wands is looking at, and you really want this grounded relationship that is fair. It's two-sided. Probably how your relationship felt like in the beginning. So I have the High Priestess right next to the King of Wands. And the High Priestess is right under the Hierophant. So the High Priestess, this is the card in the tarot deck about intuition and knowing. So it's like saying, pull back that pomegranate curtain, pay attention to what yourself is telling you, and you will have a lot of answers that you need. Okay, so the King of Wands is thinking about moving forward and how are they going to do it. The Two of Wands is thinking about moving forward and what it's going to look like. But the High Priestess is saying, trust yourself. Just follow your intuition here on what you're going to do about this commitment. Because your intuitions are running high, and you absolutely can trust yourself right now in going with your heart, head, and gut. Just let them come together and believe in yourself. I have the 10 of Pentacles under the Page of Pentacles, and next to the 10 of Wands. Now, you're looking at that pentacle. This is what you're desiring. So, there might have been a lot of love, but the commitment might have been lacking. The partnership might have been lacking in this other relationship. And I think you really need that. You need to be in union with someone. See how these two people are like discussing. They're facing each other. They communicate. There's extended family. There's pets and a child. This was, I think, lacking in this relationship. There was love, but it became toxic for whatever reasons. And it has to do with the other person, because the Emperor is up here. So it has to do with their state of mind, like the way they are. So this is a burden. This was a big burden. This is what you're going to let go, is just hoping for this stable and secure relationship. You're holding on to that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings, and right next to the 10 of Pentacles, I have the Judgment card. There's your guardian angels and spirit guides. They're all around you. They've been blowing this horn down on you to try to teach a spiritual lesson. Well, you're getting it. You're waking up to it. And that's probably how to recognize and be strong enough to do the things you need to do for you, for your happiness, for your well-being. And I think you're waking up to that. So here you are again. Queen of Pentacles, looking at the pentacle, the security, the stability, the groundedness, the commitment, like I said, I think this was really lacking in this past relationship. So your eye is on the ball here on that pentacle. Second largest pentacle in the deck. This is Earth, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. That gives us 2 for Capricorn, 2 for Taurus, if we're counting, okay? But the energy is what matters the most. So this is where we end this section of the reading. And then I'm going to go to these 4 cards over here that came out extra. So I have the King of Cups and I have the 3 of Pentacles. So this is water, King of Cups, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Might be strong in your chart or someone else's. That gives us 2 for Cancer. And if we're counting. But this is about pulling back that huge cup of love. So, see, you had a lot of love. You probably still do for this person, but you're trying to do what's best for you because it isn't working out. I think there's been a lot of not seeing eye to eye, like I was thinking with the Emperor, that they weren't willing to look or even think about your point of views. It's like they almost wanted to rule a relationship. So there was bickering going on. There could have been another person involved that, with the Devil card, there is a 3. This one's got 3. It's a black card. There could have been an influence, somebody influencing this relationship too. So you had to pull back that cup of love. And you're doing what you need to do. You're finding the strength and the courage to do what you need to do. So right under the King of Cups, I have the 6 of Wands. Now the 6 of Wands is about success and love. Well, you're pulling that back. You thought you had success in love, okay? And everybody was seeing you as a couple. I really feel like, this is definitely a committed relationship that you are finding your way out of. And that wreath can signify engagement, so it could have been just an engagement, but it was committed, no matter how you look at it. So you're pulling back that cup of love. You were all up in your head. You were so up in your head about this. I have the 5 of Wands, stress, anxiety, confusion about this loving relationship. Just really fighting this mental anxiety. There could have been some real battles going on with you and the Emperor too, with this card, like actual physical fighting of some sort. So if that's the case, it really, blow it up. There's better out there for you. So this is your reading. I am going to take one of these cards over here. This is from Esther Hicks, Law of Attraction. She channels a group of entities they call themselves Abraham. And they come from the universe. And in these cards is going to be some sort of message that you need to hear from the universe. So I'm just going to shuffle them a few times and then cut them. And then pull you out your message. You're getting ready to move forward. You're not going to be in this toxic energy for too much longer. This is your weekly reading, so I feel like either things are getting started or you're already in the middle of moving forward. Okay. Let's see what your message is here. Right here. Our little babies are also thinking beings. Our little babies are also thinking beings. Why are you getting this message? But on the back is what Abraham says about that. And so you can pause, you can read this as many times as you want. I'm going to read it to you though. The child is thinking on the day it enters your environment. And so beliefs are easily transmitted from adults to children. The child is vibrationally receiving your fears and your beliefs even without your spoken word. So give thought only to that which you want and your child to, and to that which you want, and your child will receive from you only the vibration of those wanted thoughts. So this is a way to help for those of you who have children involved in this blow up here of this relationship, toxic. And it might be fighting about the children, how to raise the children in this card, because there's a child in this 10 of Pentacles. We have 3 here. We have 3 over here. So that could be what it is for some of you out there, is arguing over how to raise a child, or just arguing or fighting in front of a child. That might be why you're blowing up a relationship, is because it's not good for the child to be around. So this card goes right here, and that is the card of advice from the universe for you today, Leos.